Hi, welcome to the House DC's 25th year anniversary celebration Christmas update. I'm LaWanda Bornstein, President and CEO of the House DC, and I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us. So what we will be doing is talking with you about the House DC. We'll provide you with some updates, as well as letting you hear from our students and see our community. So we want to thank our donors so much for just your support, how you've supported us this year. And for some of you, you have supported us for many years. And so I'm so glad to be joined with Brittany Smith, who is our Director of Advancement. And Brittany is an alumni of the House DC as well. And so we're going to just give you an update to talk with you about the House, and so that you can understand what your funds, what your support has actually done. And we're going to cheat a little bit. We're going to use our newsletter that you should have received in the mail. And if you're not on our mailing list, then please just shoot us an email and say, hey, add me to your mailing list. Here's my address. Or go online to our website, thehousedc.org, so you can see our latest newsletter. So Brittany's going to update us on a few things and just really talking to us about what we have done this year, how we've supported our young people. They come over after school instead of hanging out in the streets. Why is that important? As well as just the things that we do to encourage them, to engage them, and just some of the special things that we've done this year. So Brittany, you want to just give us a little bit of insight into that?
It's important for the House DC to continue to be a safe space year after year. The community that we serve is one of the worst neighborhoods in Washington, DC. Our youth are considered to be the worst of the worst. We've been told that. So to have a space where teenagers are welcome, where they feel loved, where they feel like they have a family, where they feel safe, and they don't have to look over their shoulders is extremely important.
Yeah, and one of the other things that we do, and I know you've shared a number of times when you've given tours as well, is you talk about why you came to the House. And so we provide, and they'll get a chance to see that, but we provide a meal every night for them. And tell us why that is so critical and important. And if you want to relate it to your own story, you can, but just give our donors, our friends of the House DC, just some insight into that.
The House DC is home. When I came over for a meal, I was a kid, I was hungry, a teenager told me, go to the house and eat. I was not expecting a home-cooked meal. I wasn't expected to be able to sit at a table with a bunch of other youth and just have dinner together like a family. So I think that part is extremely important. There's so many of our students who struggle silently without telling us in those words, I'm hungry, but we can see it. It's something that we're able to notice when they walk in the door. We can kind of look in their eyes, or we can kind of tell by looking at a student that they may be in need of food. And not only do we provide food to students, we also provide food for their parents at home, elderly grandparents, younger siblings. So our food program is extremely important to me.
I want to share with you some statistics, and they're in your newsletter. But in our program, we have 170 students that have been registered this past school year. We've also had a 96% graduation rate, and we provide 530 weekly meals that we are serving to our students, to the community. We try to offer incentives, and these incentives, we encourage them to be involved in our program, to be involved in activities, and it allows them to gain points, and these points allows them to every other week or twice a month, they're taking on a trip, and it could be skating, bowling, paintball, wherever it could be. It could be even an hour or so away. And I was talking to you earlier, and we were talking about how far a day trip could be going an hour away, and you mentioned why that was important.
Yes, we just like some of those trips, skating and bowling, we know we can find that in the community or not too far. But the reason we do that is strategic. We want them to get away from what they see every day. Just having a moment to just take a break feels like a vacation to them, even though it's only a couple of hours. We also enjoy that time in the car, in the van, riding with them, building relationships, getting to know them deeper. An hour there, the time spent there, an hour back. It's important to them, and we just see how much it means to them and also how much it means to us.
When you talk about the relationship, one of the things that people, we want you to understand is that the house is a relational ministry. And what's very important to us is to be able to share the gospel message of Christ, the gospel message of hope with our young people. And so we have weekly life sessions, which are like Bible studies. And Brittany, can you just give us a little bit of insight as to how we engage them and why that would be important?
For a lot of our students, this is the only time that they really get to learn the gospel, that they really get to learn the truth. We know that God is a healer. We know that He is the one that can make a change in their lives. Even though they may not see it, they live in some harsh situations where they kind of question, if there's a God, then why is this happening to me? So while they're at the House DC, it is our most important goal is to be the ones who connect them with Christ, which is why building those relationships is so important, because if we can get them to trust what we say, then we can get them to trust us when we say that God is good, God is the way, God is a healer. So the most important thing that we do is that life session, because that is our moment to capture all of the students in the house at one time in one room and pour truth into them.
Our beliefs really do define who we are, and that's why we do what we do at the House DC. We're going to change gears a little bit and talk about the local high school. Because we have a partnership with Anacostia High School, and we also have worked with the middle school. But I want to ask you, there was something that Anacostia specifically asked us to do for them that we were able to engage with them. And then we've just done things on a regular basis. And can you just give us a little bit of insight into that?
Anacostia wanted us to come over and provide a training for the teachers and the staff there, because they noticed how we connected with the youth. They noticed our relationships that we had with the youth, and they asked us to come over and provide that training so that we can share how to just build deeper connections, deeper relationships, and how to show more empathy and try to relate to what the students have going on in their personal lives.
Can you just tell us what we do over there weekly?
We're over at Anacostia, and we're supporting them during their lunchtime hour. In this community, there are a lot of rival neighborhoods, and a lot of them end up in one school. So when we go over there, we're just providing support. We're doing a lot of conflict resolution. We're being a presence. We're building relationships, and just helping Anacostia, partnering with them to create a safer environment for the students.
Okay. And just one other question that I have about the school is that we're also at Kramer, right?
Yes.
And can you just give us an idea of what we do at Kramer? And I know that we're there weekly as well.
It's a smaller version of what we do at Anacostia. We're coming in at lunchtime there as well, and we're just providing an extra presence. We're hanging out specifically with the 8th graders because we know that they're going to be transitioning and coming to the House DC next year. So we're starting to build relationships with them, and also conflict resolution, and just trying to create a safer environment.
Okay, I appreciate that, Brittany. As I'm looking through our newsletter, go to thehousedc.org so you can download our newsletter. But I see that we had 25 field trips and outings, and we had a 58% of our students who graduated that are attending college. And so that's exciting. So we're going to move a little bit, transition, and talk about the fact that every other Sunday we provide groceries and get clothing and get items for their family. They can get toiletries, hygiene items, and things like that. And this has just been a resource to the community as well. And then weekly, we are on the street, and we go to a very challenging area in the Anacostia community, and we are giving out hot meals as well as providing other personal items that they may need. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our youth outreach building, which is where ministry happens, and you'll get an opportunity to see our students, to hear from some of our students, and see what we do.
Hello, I am Eric Kellum. I am the Chief of Staff here at the House DC, and I'm at one of my favorite places. That's the kitchen. Not to cook, because no students would eat, but I am with two of my favorite people, Ms. Darlene and Ms. Vanessa. What we got going on in the House DC today? Ms. Darlene, you got some meatballs over here?
Yes. Well, today the kids are going to have I think a really nice meal and it's ice cold.
Okay.
They're having spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
We also have a nice soup going, and they're gonna have some garlic bread, something to keep them warm and fill them up.
Oh my gosh, not just the students, the staff too, right?
Yes, and
But there's been some feedback to you guys cooking at the House DC. They say that you guys don't just provide food, but you provide ministry through the food. You lit up when I just said that. Have you heard that before?
We enjoy ministering to the young people that attend the House DC because they're going through so much in their lives, their young lives, and we're grateful for the opportunity that God has given to us to not only serve them nutritious food, but also to meet their spiritual needs as well.
Yeah.
And that's a ministry within itself. Just a hug, a question about how they did in school today, did they pass their homework in, and just to have someone there that really cares about them and love them. This is why we're here.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And your presence is awesome. I mean, you guys have just said you're not just cooking food. You know that this is a ministry.
yes.
But I think for a lot of our kids, because Ms. Darlene, the idea of the praying grandmother doesn't seem to exist for a lot of our students. You guys probably
That's
serve
true.
a presence with that as well. What do you think about that?
I think that's very true.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and I've seen, since I've been here, I've seen a huge difference in the teenage kids. They are so thankful and grateful, and they say thank you. And it amazes me because of their demeanor. 100% changed since in the last couple of months that I've seen, and that's a blessing.
So we really appreciate you guys for what you do, because we understand for a lot of the students at the house, the meal that they have here may be the only meal they have that particular day. So thank you for what you do. And I can't wait to eat later on today.
Right?
Awesome.
All right. And now we're going to go have a conversation with some students. All right, I'm here with some incredible young men that attend the House DC. Fellas, introduce yourself. Why don't you tell the folks your name and how old you are, what grade you are?
I'll go first. My name's Tavon. I'm a junior at Anacostia Senior High School.
They call him Tay.
My name is Marquette. I'm a 12th grader, senior at Anacostia High School.
They call him Quet.
My name is Taki. I'm a 12th grader at Anacostia High School.
They call him Key. Do they?
They call me Ty.
Oh, okay. All right. So listen, how long you guys been coming to the house?
I've been coming to the house for 4 years since I've been in 9th grade.
Wow, serious. 4 years. What about you guys?
Me as well.
Yeah,
Me and Quay, I
we
just
been coming.
started. Yeah, we started coming at the same time.
I ain't as old as them, so I've been coming for roughly about like 3 years.
3 years.
This is my like freshman year.
That's still some time. So what is it about the house? How has the house been an impact on you, all of you guys?
There has been an impact on me. Like, it's gave me people to look up to because they talk about God a lot. And I wanted to get closer with God in my life as a young kid. And my friends told me about it, so I just started coming with them.
Okay.
Going off what you said, it also gives you just something to do rather than being
Just stay out in
outside
the
or,
streets.
you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Like you guys, what? Got the food for people who don't eat at home or probably don't get full meals every day. You got the basketball court outside for the people who don't get as much exercise, don't get to move around as much. You go shoot your little hoop or something. You got the pool table for people who want to learn how to another little hobby to pick up on. You got the ping pong? That's what it is. Ping pong table.
Everybody play
pong
PS5.
table.
They got PS5 downstairs too.
Get there. They got the ping pong table if you want to learn that too. You got the video games, got a P4, P5. Whenever you want to play, got the gym to get you some little muscle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we don't just do games, we do development.
We have group talks.
Sex,
We
yeah.
have group talks. Yeah, about what's going on in the city and stuff.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Can you imagine if there was no house? How would that impact you and other students your age?
I probably wouldn't be right here right now.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't know where I'd be because I'd probably be outside doing something I ain't got no business doing.
After school. Yeah, now that football season over and all that.
Given the fact there's no sports, you know, it's not
Yeah,
nothing you can
something
really
to do.
do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are so glad that you guys are a part of the house family. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. I'm over here with some incredible young ladies that come to the House DC. Ladies, introduce yourself. What's your name? What grade are you in?
My name is Portia. I'm in the 12th grade.
And my name is Roland. I'm in the 12th grade as well.
How long you guys been coming to the house?
Since 9th grade year.
Since my 10th grade year.
Wow.
And
It's been a minute. So what would you say to people that's never heard about the house, how the house has impacted you?
I would say like, it's real fun to come here. Like it's more opportunities and like more things you can look forward to instead of like being on the streets. And you could just be out the way if you win. So, yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Is there anything that you, if there was no house, how do you think that would impact you or people?
People would have no like support. Like if they wanted to like get off the street or like after school, they just be outside just smoking. Like it would just be that. Like they wouldn't have nowhere to go, no support, nowhere to come in. Especially for the people that don't eat at home and stuff like that. Like they wouldn't have that either.
So I'm over here with one of the most involved students at the house. Why don't you tell them your name and what grade you in?
My name Robert. I'm in the 11th grade.
Okay, how long you been coming to the house?
I've been coming to the house for 3 years now.
3 years. So what does the house mean to you?
The house mean a lot to me. They actually help me. Like they provide for us. Make sure I eat. Make sure things going right in my life.
Can you imagine what it would be like for you and other students if there was no house?
I mean, without the house, I don't think it would be like. I don't think people's lives would be the same. Like people would be going outside doing things they're not supposed to. This is a safe space in the environment for everybody. Like,
well, we're glad you're a part of it. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, sir.
So now what we'd like to do is we'd like to show you our community. We want you to see the block that we're on. We'd like for you to see the schools that are right across the street from us or a block away. And that's where we're going to head out to. Thank you so much for joining us at the House DC. I hope that you were able to appreciate the tour, to get an idea of what we do, to see our community, to hear some stories. And so we're just so excited that you spent this time with us. We're going to conclude with, I have to say thank you to our board of directors. They have just been so special. We appreciate so much their effort, their work that they have done over the past year. We appreciate our advisory board that gets together and meets and talks and brainstorms with me and tries to figure out how we can better move the house forward. So I want to thank those two groups. This room that you're in is our Christmas room, and we've got a couple of different rooms set up. We've got a room set up just for our teen girls. We have a room set up just for our teen guys, but this is kind of like the kid family room. And I want Brittany to share with you why we give these gifts out, and we add to these gifts as well ourselves because we know what some of our young people need, such as coats and warm gloves and certain clothes and things like that. And so we do add to this as well. But Brittany's going to share with us why this is important for us to be able to do this, to celebrate this, and also to be able to give gifts.
Yes, for the majority of our students, this is the only gift that they will get this year. There's no Christmas gifts at home under a tree waiting for them with their names on it. They know that when they come to the House DC on our Christmas celebration, they get a gift. They get to choose what they want. And like LaWanda said, we get some gifts for the students who we know specifically what they need or what it is they may have been wanting for all year. So it is important for us to do this for our community as well. They come in and are able, we have a lot of single parents here who are able to come and get gifts for their children. And we have elderly grandmothers who are taking care of their grandchildren who's able to come in and get some gifts for them for absolutely free of charge. So it's very important for our students and the entire community that we do this every year.
So thank you so much for that, Brittany. Again, thank you for joining us. We hope that you are inspired. We just ask that as you are celebrating this time of the year, that you would make a contribution to the House DC. We really need your support. We need your support as we go into 2025. And your support just allows us to continue to make an impact for Christ. It allows us to break cycles of hopelessness and just build futures of hope. And so we hope that you will just really look at what we've done, be excited about your investment, and decide, I'm going to continue and I'm going to do even more. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.